Greetings shed friends, time for some more dumb motorcycle stuffs. So I've taken a bit of a break lately from doing anything motorbike related, well, working on motorbikes anyway. It's been a busy last year, so much for doing monthly or bi-monthly videos. Anyway, back with another video finally. Interrupted half of what I was up to in my last video by purchasing a new bike. We got, well, it's not new, it's very second hand. Got a 82465 IT as a parts bike for that bike, but the engine will get used to help build the 490 cafe bike. So I'll start stripping it apart and having a look at what's up, what's wrong, what needs fixing, and yeah, see if we can build a bike. All right, so first obvious problems. Yeah, it's not terrible for compression, but okay. Nope, that's okay. Oh, that's no good. What do we got here? Ooh, some cracks. Okay, all right. So we got a cracked clutch case, a broken Kickstarter spring. I reckon we've got some problems with that shaft as well. Yep, so that's all got to come off and sussed out. Front end will just become spares, rear end will just become spares. Not sure which exhaust we'll use, but I did notice here, now probably won't be able to read it, but I can read here: exhaust system, noise, emissions control, information, blah blah blah, this product, blah blah blah. Something stamped on there. Doesn't conform to US, so I don't know if this is aftermarket or not, but there's a crack in the pipe. Yeah. I'm not sure which pipe I'll run on the other bike, but hey, here's a pipe. Intake boot will most likely need to be replaced. I think it's heavily cracked. Everything else looks pretty good. The case has been repaired in the past, but it looks alright. It's one hell of an ugly looking clutch lever. So yeah, it's I think someone's extended that to make it a little bit easier for them. Yeah. I did a spark check the other day, and it appears we have no spark. I could not get any spark to come from that plug, so I reckon first step before we pull the bike apart for parts, I'm gonna drop that clutch case and rebuild the kickstart, hopefully from parts from another engine, and suss out while we got no spark while we're at it. Yeah, and see if I can start it. If we can start it, pull the bike apart and skip a step in building the next bike. So we've cracked the pair, and then a little bit of this grey liquid has come out. Yeah, nice. That's it. That's all the oil it had. Not even 100 mils. Okay, so in addition to it having no oil, and that oil is, ugh, wow, that's good coloured oil. In addition to that, yep, crankcase is busted. We had a busted Kickstarter spring, so unfortunately that crack I think is going to mean we're going to pull this motor out. We're going to pull this bike all to pieces and probably just build a motor anyway. Well, that's the story with that. It's not the greatest, but could be worse. Time now to pull the bike down for parts and get that engine out ready to fix up. Was kind of hoping I could get it running in this frame just to save a bit of work and have a bit of fun on it, but nah, we're just gonna skip straight into stripping it down, putting everything away, and we'll play with this motor outside of the frame. Ding, 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 ding. So turns out that pin punch was a bit too good a fit. I'm gonna need to get that out of there. I'm gonna need to get that out of there. Perfect. Now that that bike is all pulled apart, stored away as a spare parts bike, and the engine is sitting on my bench, I reckon we'll do a leak down test to make sure that there's nothing stupidly wrong with it before we go to all the effort to put it in that other bike over there. Yeah, see if we can somehow salvage a motor out of this thing and get this project happening easier, or find out that at the end of the day we've still got to do a full rebuild anyway. Alright, time to turn all this stuff into a leak down tester. And here we have one finished leak down test setup. I decided to get myself a leak down tester that could do both. Now I can do vacuum and pressure with this one, with this nifty little boost gauge. And we've got some really dodgy made fittings to block off there and to block off here. And yeah, we can pump it up with air pressure or stick the vacuum pump on and suck all the air out and do leak down tests. So let's see how this engine goes for a leak down test. So those leak down test results were not overly good, probably not bad enough to say that I couldn't just get the bike running to do all the other stuff I want to do, but I might just give it a little spray check just to see where the leaks are coming from, whether it's crank seals or whether we've got any gasket issues that require pulling the engine down just to fix it up a little bit before we try and get it started while we got it out of the bike, and yeah, see what that gives us as a result. Alright, so we found where our leak is. Let's see if we can see in there properly. Yeah, look at that. Leaky head gasket. Checked all the other base gasket, spark plug around that inlet plate and the exhaust plate, and yeah, everything looked pretty good. I didn't check the case, but I'm sure some stuff dribbled down, and yeah, look, I think that head gasket's where that leak's coming from, so that's just something else to fix. One thing I don't like the look of is on that leaky side, we have a stud and we have 5 bolts elsewhere. So I think we might find something a bit funny going on with this cylinder. That bolt's not even the same size. Are they Imperial bolts? Oh, yeah, we got problems here. They're 3/8. That's a 3/8 bolt. Okay, so that hole there has Loctite holding the thread. We have a helicoil here, a helicoil here, a helicoil here, a helicoil here that is real ugly looking, and oh geez, that helicoil's a long way down. Yeah, we got some problems there with that that cylinder also. I mean, I can like see a gap down there, like a massive gap. So I'm gonna get my feeler gauge and just check that, because yeah, I reckon we're looking at a problem here. Let's holy dooly, it's like a mil gap. Now that's 1/4 millimeter feeler gauge there. I mean, the ring's fine, but I don't know if you can see that properly. Let's see. Let's see if I stick the feeler gauge in there. Hang on. Bit hard to see on camera, I guess. But yeah, so everything was looking good-ish until we got to this point. Yeah, won't be getting this engine running. No, this engine won't be going back together as is not as easily as I had thought. Can't see a sizing on there. Yeah, I feel like someone's just slapped this back together. I doubt this was running. Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, that just got bigger. Have a go with this. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. That's a good repair. Little copper sleeve inside the flogged out stud. So that was for this one here, this weird helicoil. I don't know what they've done. They've bodged this up. Bodged it up, and now it's my bodgy project to resurrect. These are not the results I have been looking for with this engine, but to be honest, when you buy a second-hand 40-year-old motorbike, it's kind of to be expected that not everything's going to go absolutely excellent. So with the situation we're in now, we're still looking at doing a decent rebuild of an engine, whether it's from a complete ground up or whether I just do a top-end swap on this engine. I'll have to do a bit more testing and pull it apart and a bit more and see what's up. I might be able to do some simple stuff, or we may just be back to where we were at before this video, which is build a crank, build an engine from scratch. I did pick up another IT490 crank though that seems to be in pretty good condition, so we might be able to skip the crank building step temporarily to build an engine. Yeah, just have to see what some more component checks turn up, but I think that'll do it for this video. Yeah, I'll try and make the next one not in another 6 months or however long it's been since I've done the last one. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that, and yeah, have fun, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see you next time.